Alright guys, welcome to the campsite. Well, this is my house, but we're going to show you the same process that you're going to go through once you get to your campsite. Now, ideally, I would have had somebody at the back of the camper guiding me to line me up with the septic drop, the power pole, and so on and so forth. So here's my power pole today. My septic drop is over there, but we're not going to hook that up for today. But I'm going to show you everything that we need to do to set up the camper so that you're going to have a great time at the campsite. Now, I've created a guide, which happens to be right here, and we're going to go through all of these instructions, step by step, so that you can see what's needed. All right, step one, ensure you've got a spotter and you've got clearance on the slide out. Now, look here. I pulled up and I've got this pole in the way, don't I? This is the back of the slide. Here's the pole. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to reposition the camper so that when this opens, I'm not going to hit this pole. And each time you use the vehicle, make sure your window's down so you can hear your spotter. You tell me when I'm good. It's good. Step two is to test fit the bumper level. Come over here and we're going to pull out a level like this. I also have one back here on the back of the camper, like this. But we're basically going to set this down and see if we are level from side to side. If we are, then we don't need to worry about driving up onto blocks. But if it's extreme, like more than half a bubble, say, then we need to put some blocks under the tires and pull onto them. Fortunately, my driveway is pretty flat, so we don't have to do that right now. But again, all you would do is put a Lego brick like this, and we would pull onto it. So just for practice sake, I guess we could do that, but this will be a really long video if we do, so we'll skip that part. Alright, before we disconnect our truck, the next step is to put the blocks in. So, set the parking brake of your vehicle and install these chocks. One's going to go in the front, and one's going to go in the back. Now, when we disconnect the vehicle from the trailer won't move around. All right, step 4. Place the Lego brick under the jack, and let's raise it up. So using the electric jack, we're going to, other way, we're going to drop this down until it starts to raise the vehicle and the trailer at the same time. And the reason we're going to do that is because our sway bars are on there really tight. So we need to lift the trailer to get them off the weight of the sway bars. So again, coming down here. Meanwhile, all the kids have run off and started playing at the campground already. Alright, good. Now this is nice and loose. So I'm going to pull the pin, pull that out, and now I can release this. And you'll remember from the setup bar, it won't come out unless I press like this. Okay, now I'm going to set this down right here, and I'm going to put this pin back in place so I don't lose it. I'm also going to disconnect the safety chain. Put that on that side. And the safest way is to go around the truck. So you don't really want to climb through here. You can hit your shins and so on and so forth. So I'm going to break my own rule and just jump over. Alright, now on this side we're going to disconnect our power cable. We're also going to disconnect the safety brake the safety chain. And you'll notice that when we took them off, they're underneath this. You don't ever want to go over this. You want to make sure they're still underneath. Okay, now we're going to release this side. Oh, now this one is a little bit tight still. So I guess my driveway isn't as level as I thought. Well, it's because we didn't look the other way. So, raise it up till it's loose. Nice. Now I'm going to use this pin. Take that off. Store that over here. Put this back in place. Good. Now, we're going to disconnect the truck. So we're going to take this safety pin out. Open that. And now we can lift it all the way off the truck. There we go. That's it. Now I'm disconnected from the truck. I'll pull the truck away and we'll finish the setup. Now that we're disconnected, we're going to level the front of the camper. As you can see from the level here, we need to drop it quite a bit. So we're going to just press this button down and let this come all the way down to where the camper is level front to back. Again, side to side is leveled by putting a Lego underneath the tires, if necessary. Front to back is all on the hitch. These are all things that we want to accomplish before we let anybody get inside the camper. Alright, now you're going to start to see the bubble move. And we're probably good right about there. There we go. Alright, now on our list, the next step is to remove the power cord and connect it to the power outlet. So we'll do that. Don't worry about it all being safe and nice and tidy. We're just camping. Now at the campground, you'll use the 30 amp outlet, but here at my house, we're going to use this little adapter, plug it into our outlet, and then actually what you want to do is you want to have the breaker off before you plug this in. So we're going to plug this side in first. It only goes in one way, so then we're going to lock it in and use this little tab to screw it down. If I can find the threads. We'll edit this. There we go. Now the other side, we'll attach here. Now we've got the power connected. The next thing we're going to connect is our septic drop and our water line. Here. We're going to use the city connection. This is if you're going to go dry camping and you're going to hold a water holding tank. But most times folks are going to be using the city water connection. So, these are the two tools we'll need. You'll hook this up with the water hose first. Then you'll run the water for a little bit to clear out anything that has been standing in here so that your water's fresh. Then turn it back off. Oops. And now you're going to come over here, open this cap, and plug in this like this. until that's nice and tight. Now it's okay if you have a little bit of a drip here, but try and get that nice and secure. Okay, then you're going to connect the septic. On the R-Pod we have two outlets. One is the black tank. This is where the poop goes. You'll notice the handle is black. The other is the gray tank. This is where the dishes and the sinks go. So the dishes. Where if you're going to do dishes in the sink, everything's going here. This is where the shower, all the sinks go in. And that's the one that you're going to connect at the campground. So you'll pull off the lid, undo the cap. Well, other side. Align that, and then just twist lock it. Good. And now the other end is going to look like this. You're going to need this cap. At the campground, you'll see a drop that looks something like this. You're just going to unscrew the lid. You're going to take this other one and screw it in there like that. And then you're going to connect the hose. So I'm going to show you what that will look like on the other side. Again, this will be in the septic drop. Hopefully it's this close to your RV. You'll just connect it like this, and then you're all set. Now, you'll want to use something to keep this hose in a gradual drop. If the hose is dropped like this, everything's going to sit at the bottom. So use a rock or even a Lego brick. You can just hold that up so that it's nice and level. That's good.
Then once it's connected, you pull.
Yep. Once it's connected, you pull the gray line. Now I don't know if the renter emptied the tank last time, so I'm not going to pull that because I'm not truly connected to the septic drop. But once everything's connected, you pull that open and you leave it open while you're camping. Now, the black one is going to stay closed. You want your poop to get soupy in the bottom of the tank. And then at the very end of your trip, you'll pull up to the dump station, or after you've closed this off, you can transfer it to that side. Then you'll empty the black tank and put the hoses away. But you want to wait until the end to do that. It's kind of a nasty mess, but we've got some gloves in there and it only has to happen once, fortunately. Next step. Now that you're all hooked up and everything's ready to go, let's just stabilize the camper. Again, the camper is on the wheels, so when you're walking around inside, everything's going to kind of rock and roll like on a city bus. But what we're going to do is we're going to drop one of these little Lego bricks underneath. We're going to pull out this tool, and we're just going to lower down these stabilizer bars. Again, they're not to level the camper, they're just to stabilize it. Right to about like that. We'll do that on all four corners and you'll be all set. Now that everything's set up outside, we'll go inside. Close these up. We'll start by pulling out the stair. You just lift it up, pull it out there. Sometimes you'll see this locked like this. You just lift it up. This is if you need it to stabilize. Then we'll go inside. Now this is a hydraulic door. I love this because it doesn't slam. You can keep it open like that. If you need to use just the screen door, you can do that. Closes like that. And then just attaches to the door like this. Now, it's kind of an annoying process for the R-Pod, but the only lights are up above. There's no light switches on the wall. So when you step in, the first light is right here. And now, as you come in the camper, we'll go ahead and turn on all the lights so that we can see what we're doing. There we go. Okay, so now we've got everything ready to go. We're going to purge the propane tank. Now, we didn't do that, so we forgot one step. Let's come back outside. Here's the propane tank. It will be full or mostly full when you're venting it, so we're going to open this up like this. Now we just close this little cap. Sometimes we don't turn this off if we're not going through a tunnel, but here in Virginia we go through tunnels a lot, so you have to have that turned off when you go through a tunnel. Now that that's open, we'll come in here and we'll make sure that the stove works. So we're going to turn it to the light button, and here we go. This is purging the propane, so now we know that it's working. We'll close that up, put this away. Okay, the next step is to open our slide. So here's the slide out. You're just going to press the out button. Again, before we do this, we want to make sure that we're not crushing anything on the outside. And it's pretty simple. You just hold the button down, and this will open up. That's it. Now that we've got the water connected, we can turn the hot water heater on. We're not going to need the pump because we're not using the holding tank. Good. Here is the level tester. Since we're connected to power, we should have full battery. Since there's no poop in the tank, we're empty. We haven't run the dishes yet. That's the gray. I'm sorry. Fresh tank is this button. Since we don't have any water in there, here's the black tank and the gray. So this is what it should look like when you come back. You've emptied everything and the battery is full. Here's your restroom. Here's the broom. One of the best things in a camper. You'll use this a lot. But for now, we're storing it in the bathroom because it's an R-Pod and we won't use this space here very much. Now we've got our open space, but we need to take care of the table. So now that the slide is open, we can put the cushions back and we can undo this ratchet or this strap, which we've done to make sure that the table doesn't slide off while we're driving down the road. We'll slide this out a little bit, and to open it up you just pull this, and as you're pulling it, this is going to slide up like that to the top. And now we'll just carefully turn that upside down. So now we've got some little foam on the back so that you don't stub your toes. Now you can just tuck this underneath and you're all set. Everything else is ready to go. Enjoy your vacation. Oh, one more thing. If you wanted to watch the TV, come around here and unclip this. This little strap. And you can come over here and the TV is here. The remotes are in the drawer. So here's the television remote, and here is the DVD player remote, and we are all set. This is the stereo itself remote, so everything's good to go there. You might have to do a channel scan when you first get to your campground, but otherwise everything else is set to go. Have a great time and enjoy the RV. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. It's a fun time. Oh, let's talk about the air conditioner. We are connected to power, but we don't have the 30 amp connection. So when I turn this on, I can use heat mode or I can use the fan, but I don't want to use the air conditioner because if I don't have the 30 amp connection, I won't have enough power to run the compressor and it'll burn out. So we want to make sure that we have the 30 amp connection if we're going to use the AC. In the wintertime, we also have a little portable heater. This actually is a lot quieter and a lot more useful than the big overhead system. We'll just plug that in right here and we can turn that on, get ourselves a little heat going. And then inside the book is all of the instructions, and that will tell you a little bit about us. And all the instruction manuals for the RV are in here. Up above here you'll have your coffee pot maybe and some little decorative plants that we like to use to just kind of make it homey. So set yourself up, have a good time, and enjoy it. Over here we've got some DVDs that you can watch, some toilet paper, maybe some games. This will change as the season goes on, but we're all set. Your blinds, let me show you how those work. They just pull down and they slide up. And again, here's a light underneath. That's it. Enjoy it. Take care, guys.